Hi friends, we will today see what has happened in the AI world in our AI news roundup for week 33, 2025. So coming to first big news, Microsoft releases POML, which is Prompt Orchestration Markup Language. So what is essentially this POML? This is a place where it is bringing the structure to the prompts that are being communicated with LLMs. So very soon we are going to see prompts also following a HTML or a HTML like structure, wherein which you can talk to the LLMs by using prompts instead of free text prompts as on today. So we are going to get a new language prompts also for the LLMs. Why is this important news to follow? Basically, because it is very important news because it changes the way prompts are passed to the LLM. So all your implementation, so tomorrow will get affected because you are basically changing the structure of the prompts which you are going to pass to the LLMs. And second thing is, this is also going to give you a structural data exchange formats with the LLMs. So LLMs will be able to parse your table data, parse your Excel data, parse your image data in a structured format. So you are going to get more capabilities, and also you are going to get, probably you are going to get structured outputs also very well formatted from the LLM. So today, your problem of parsing these things and showing in a nice and decent way to the user is going to change by the LLMs itself. So developers, be ready. One more important change prompt orchestration markup language is going to bring is it also adds a templating engine. Just like in a ASP or a JSP you can actually go ahead and do a templating for the parameters which you want to pass through prompts in a runtime. So this is a basically groundbreaking change because as on today you are using MCPs, tools, and all lot of things, but in these integrations, when a templating engine comes, so known parameters, known things, you can directly pass instead of model actually searching them in the context line. So this will make inference faster and also more accurate. So this is the advantage which we are going to bring. I don't know what LLMs today, as on today, support what are the prompt LLMs, prompt markup languages, but this is going to be a sea change in the way we are going to work for next 1 or 2 years. So this is a very important change which we need to note. Okay, who should be concerned? Who should actually track this news? All developers who are developing the uh, LLM based applications, be it using, be it consumption, be it in agents, you have to be aware of this and see what kind of a changes you will have to do it in your applications. Second is the product managers. Sooner or later, your templating engines are going to change. So you should be able to identify and put these prompt based, ML based prompts into your products. Third is the designers, because as on today, your parsing is mostly text and files are basically downloadable things. So you may get a CSS designed inputs also from the LLM. So all the designers are also supposed to know these changes and be ready for this technological change. The next very important news that caught my eye is Google releasing Gemma 3 270 million. Again, please let me tell you, 270 million is released less just last week because this is a very small model and this is running out of my single core GPU, which is basically 4050 GPU. So it is very good, working very good. I will make a detailed video on how it is running, what are its observations in the due course. But Google releases it and it is targeting mobile based platform and edge AI. So this is going to be a sea change in how the AI is interpreted. Sooner or later, you are going to get a native generation in your mobiles. So it requires a very, very small, lighter GPU to actually generate. So let's see what and why Gemma 3 270 million release is important in our context. So, what is this Gemma 3 270 million model? It's a strong instruction following capabilities. Okay. So, it's a very small model that is running on even my laptop. I have tried it out. Another day, I will show you that. So, but it has got quite a surprising generation capabilities. Okay. So, and this idea is to run it on your next generation mobile phones itself. So, this is going to change the way mobile developers are going to think. This is also going to bring in a whole set of new use cases which are not today feasible or possible. So it impacts privacy, it impacts, the generation speed, it also impacts inference. It may also impact the games and the capabilities of the mobile platform itself. So stay tuned to this news, understand the impact on your business, what you can do in your business. And just like Gemma 3N, this is also following a mobile first architecture. Okay, so basically it will say I will use all my mobile memory if it requires. So it does not depend a lot on the uh, VRAM itself, VRAM of the GPU itself. So it will basically focus more on the mobile memory itself. In addition to this, your multimodal AI is also coming directly onto your devices. So if you take any photograph or something and you want a Ghibli style photograph directly taken, you don't need two steps. So all the mobile developers and mobile application developers, stay tuned. Your world is going to be changed through your next hardware devices. So prepare in advance. Yeah. Why is this important? Because it is going to give you compact things. So you can even run it on a very small hardware devices also. And you can also quantize this particular model. So if you are trying to do a fine tuning or uh, deployment of these models in a very small footprint, this is the model you will have to do your experiments on. And ideally this is also saying, they are also saying that it's extremely energy efficient. So this is actually put in place to fit into the mobile phones. So the days are not far where the generative AI is going to sit on the mobile phones also. So mobile phone developers or mobile application developers, stay alert. You will have a lot many use cases than the regular system integrators or the application developers are going to have. Okay, then who should be concerned here? Developers, all the developers, mobile developers, product managers who think that there should be a link to AI. If you want to use the generative AI, a lot of applications can now use the generative AI. All the tab-based applications, all the kiosks which are today using Android-based ecosystem, all the notified boards, mobile notified boards. You are going to see days where you send a prompt to the notice boards, or you send a prompt to the display boards or ad boards, you it will generate advertisement for you. So those kind of a capabilities are not very far. So this model is going to enable those kind of a thought lines. And the third one is the hardware designers. Yes, the world is going to change, because you are going to, our customers are going to go and look for more and more GPU capabilities in their mobiles than your graphics processing or your or your battery length or camera. So the next generation mobiles will be purchased on their GPU and generative AI strength by the provider. We will have to see, will there be a new winners that are emerging, or something is going to change in their ground. So that's what hardware engineers are supposed to be concerned about. Third news is basically Meta facing backlash over its AI policy. Okay. So Meta platforms or Facebook or Instagrams, the owner company of Facebook and Instagrams, had a policy that will allow, children to use and get the advices from a AI bot in their preferences, like sensual content. Think about the LGBTQ plus, you know kind of a advisors. So this has faced the backlash from routers, because routers has picked up that policy and figured it out that the policy allows bot to be used by very very small children or very young children. So this is a concern for most of the people, because as of today AI models are not at a level to give any clinical or psychological advice. Even if they take, you should not do. One of the paper, last week also said, one of the medical paper where the adult 60-year adult has used GPT 3.5 as a model from the chat GPT to get a advice or to cut down the chloride in his meal. Instead it basically asked to replace the chloride with some bromine or something, and that has triggered a different kind of a problem for him. So he has ultimately got admitted into. I will make one more video on this, on that particular case, because it's a very very curious case. So basically, for a 60-year adult, it is not able to figure out what is dangerous, what is not dangerous at this point of time in 2025. So allowing children who does not have the wisdom to differentiate between the good and bad at the level of 8 years or 9 years, where mature adults cannot communicate with them properly, is a cause of concern. Okay, so that is the reason why Meta has faced a backlash. I think we also, as a responsible citizens and responsible AI developers, should be able to figure that out and have a policy or a opinion on that. And that is the reason why this is a AI news number three. In addition to this, uh, there are a lot of news stream that has come in this particular area now. There are at least 40 different news I have filtered for you to converge into two or three bullet points, very important points. But there is a lot that is happening. It is very hard to catch up with everybody. So my attempt is to bring all the news concise and basically summarize the news for you and put it in a video every week. I will see how much I can do. So all you guys, follow us. Every week Sunday you will get a summary of all the AI events that happen into the in the week, and I am sure I will not miss any important news for you. Thank you guys. Follow me, Devendra.